Hey everyone, Gary the Elysium's here. Whether this is your first time watching or you've seen my show other times, I just want to say welcome. And if this is your first time watching, or if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button. Not only will you get updates to more videos like this ranking video, but you'll get an update every time I post a video, and you'll help support my channel. Alright, so this video, we're back to the rankings. We're going to be ranking Rainbow. Obviously the band formed by Ritchie Blackmore after he departed Deep Purple back in 1975. So not too many albums here. We're just doing the studio albums. We got 8 studio albums altogether, and we're just going to get right into it. Coming in last for me, this one is called Strangers in Us All. Excuse me. It's again underneath the title Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, as was the debut. Released in '95. I believe this is like 12 years later after the, a 12-year gap between the Rainbow albums. In that time period, Ritchie Blackmore did go back to Deep Purple with 1984's Perfect Strangers. Great album. All the way up till 1993, The Battle Rages On, and then that was the last time Ritchie performed with Rainbow. There was a tour for that. But this is... basically, besides Ritchie, the band isn't really well known. On lead vocals is a guy named Doogie White. I feel like I got that wrong. Pretty sure it's Doogie White. Bear with me a minute. More into it. Yeah, Doogie White. Paul Morris on keyboards, Greg Smith on bass, John O'Reilly on drums. Relatively unknown to me. They may be in other bands, but not that I'm sure of. But obviously Blackmore's guitar work is amazing, as always, but nothing on here really stands out. The one I think track I like most on here is Hall the Mountain King, but it's like, track number 9. Only 10 tracks, which isn't too bad. This is the remastered Digipack edition, which does include 3 extra tracks, an Edge of Band bonus track, radio edit, and a song called Temple of the King, which is live. Alright, coming in next for me, which is to be number 7. This is Bent Out of Shape. It says Joe Lynn Turner on vocals. This is the 1983 release from Rainbow. Like I was saying, this is the last album Rainbow would release before the Stranger in Us All album. Right after this album, Ritchie Blackmore disbanded Rainbow and went back to Deep Purple with that, great Mark II lineup reunion. This isn't really that heavy of an album. Obviously, again, great guitar work from Ritchie Blackmore. Roger Glover's on here on bass. Joe Lynn Turner, like I said already, on vocals. Stranded, which opens, it's a decent track. There's a little bit of glare there. Desperate Heart's an okay song. Drinking with the Devil. Fool for the Night, Can't Let You Go is probably my favorite off of here. Overall, a decent album, but not super heavy. The guitar solos aren't all over it, more of an 80s sound on this. I always say that 80s sound, but it's kind of like that synthy, poppy. Bands didn't really know what to do, but a lot of metal bands did, but for Rainbow, they didn't really hit it. But overall, it is a decent album. Nothing here is really terrible. Coming in 6 for me, Difficult to Cure. Okay, first album to feature Joe Lynn Turner on vocals. This is really good. I like this album a lot. I think the cover art's pretty cool. I mean, pretty generic, but it's, I don't know, I just like it. I Surrender, which opens it, is just like a punch to the face. Really heavy. Spotlight Kid, No Release. And then this one, I believe, is in German. I'm probably going to butcher it. Vielleicht das Nachtmahl. Maybe next time it's called. Can't Happen Here, Freedom Fighter, Midtown Tunnel Vision, and Difficult to Cure, Beethoven's Ninth, which ends the album. Amazing, amazing song. Produced by Roger Glover. Great album. Alright, coming number 5. This is the classic album from the Joe Lynn Turner era. Released in 1982. This is a sophomore album featuring him. Straight Between the Eyes. Now for me, this is significant because this is the first time I heard of Rainbow, and it was the song Stone Cold, which was actually on the Stone Cold Metal soundtrack, which is the wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin. And obviously back as a teenager, I was a huge Stone Cold fan and loved wrestling. So when I saw the song Stone Cold, I was like, gotta hear it. And what an amazing song. It was a hit for the band. There was a music video that got played on MTV. But the opener, Death Alley Driver, Right into Stone Cold, Bring on the Night, Dream Chaser, Tight Squeeze, Tearing Out My Heart, Power, Mistreated. I always felt like that was part 2 of Mistreated from Deep Purple's Burn album. Rock Fever, and it ends with Eyes of Fire, again produced by Roger Glover. Awesome album artwork. See the guitar coming through the guys right there, obviously straight between the eyes. As you can see it, you got the eyes of the band right there on the back. Really cool album. I like that a lot. And like I said, my favorite album that features Joe Lynn Turner. Alright, coming in number 4. Oops, sorry. Down to Earth, featuring Graham Bonnet on vocals. This would be Rainbow's second vocalist. Another huge hit off of here was Since You've Been Gone. Amazing song. It's never gets old for me. Bonnet's vocals are just amazing on this. I believe this... No, this came before Alcatraz. This was 1979. So this may be... Don't quote me on this because I may be wrong, but this may be the first album to feature Graham Bonnet on vocals. And obviously Alcatraz, the band that he would form with Yngwie Malmsteen after this, was an amazing band. But this is just great. All Night Long, Eyes of the World, No Time to Lose, Making Love, Since You've Been Gone, which I mentioned already, opens up the second side. Great hit. Love's No Friend, Danger Zone, and Lost in Hollywood. You got the cool artwork there with the rainbow spelling down to Earth, coming from Earth itself. Great album. And unfortunately, this is the only album they did with Graham Bonnet. Alright, coming number 3. The debut album, Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, featuring a singer by the name of Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James Dio was in the band Elf, which, you know, they had little critical acclaim, but really were unheard of until, you know, later when Ronnie James Dio really made a name for himself. I mean, it opens up with Man on the Silver Mountain, one of my favorite Ritchie Blackmore riffs. For me, it's up there with his signature riffs like Smoke on the Water. I mean, the opening, this Man on Silver Mountain, is just amazing. But this is, it's not overall very heavy. There are some like spacey themes into it, you know, kind of stoner, almost proggy at times also. Self-Portrait, Black Sheep of the Family, Catch the Rainbow, amazing song. Snake Charmer, The Temple of the King, another great song. If you don't like rock and roll, 16th Century Greensleeves, and finally it ends with Still I'm Sad. I really do like this artwork a lot, especially on vinyl. I mean, the vinyl had a purple, you know what, let me grab it real quick, because the vinyl had this like purple cover, and it's right here. Amazing. I always love the artwork there. The clouds are a little different color in the back. The CD clouds are like white. Here you can see they're kind of a smoky color. This is an original print. Gatefold, of course, that legendary picture of Ritchie Blackmore. So cool. Such a great album. What a debut. I mean, Ritchie Blackmore leaves Deep Purple, and I'm sure people are like, he left Deep Purple, what's he going to do? And it comes out with a new album, and I mean, you get Ronnie James Dio on vocals. This guy had Ian Gillan, David Coverdale, Ronnie James Dio, Graham Bonnet, Joe Lynn Turner, just amazing vocalists all his career. All right, coming number 2, Long Live Rock and Roll. This is the third album released by Rainbow and last one to feature Ronnie James Dio. After this, he would leave and, you know, obviously go on to Black Sabbath and reinvent their career. Produced by Martin Birch, features the title track, which opens it. Long Live Rock and Roll is great. Lady of the Lake, LA Connection, Gates of Babylon, great epic song. Kill the King, great epic signature song by excuse me, I was gonna say Deep Purple. Rainbow. The Shed, subtle. Sensitive to Light, and Rainbow Eyes, which ends it over 7 minutes, and really cool album for Ronnie James Dio to go out on. I'm sure a lot of people were disappointed, but when you hear he was going to Black Sabbath, you kind of had to be curious, and they released, you know, Heaven and Hell and The Mob Rolls, 2 amazing albums. But you cannot mistake Ronnie James Dio's voice. So amazing. The album artwork, I feel like they could have did a little better. I like the font that Rainbow is written in that they kept. But yeah, it really has nothing to do with Long Live Rock and Roll when you have this, you know, pen and ink drawing of the band. All right, coming number one's probably obvious. Rainbow Rising. Second album released by Rainbow. Features in what is, in my opinion, one of the greatest songs of all time, Stargazer. Just amazing. Stargazer, this might be controversial for me to say, but I feel like Stargazer is Ronnie James Dio's greatest vocal performance. And with a voice like Ronnie James Dio, that's really saying something. Opens up with Tarot Woman. I love that song. Such a great song. Only 6 tracks on here, and they're all amazing. Run with the Wolf, Starstruck, Do You Close Your Eyes, Stargazer, like I said, and it ends with A Light in the Black, right over 8 minutes long. So good. I mean, Tarot Woman, the vocals and that guitar riff that opens is so amazing. And then, of course, Stargazer. I mean, I can't say enough about that song. One of my favorite songs of all time. One of the greatest hard rock songs ever. One of the greatest songs ever, in my opinion. I love Stargazer. It's amazing. So, yeah, like I said, Rainbow had a, short discography. They only really went from, 75, I believe. Yeah, 75 to 83, and then again in 1995. And then Ritchie Blackmore left, and he's doing this thing called Blackmore's Night, which is kind of like this medieval era, kind of Renaissance fair music, and really not for me, but hey, Ritchie's a legend in my eyes, one of my favorite guitar players of all time, so he can do whatever he wants. All right, let's recap real quick. Coming in number 1, Rainbow Rising. Number 2, Long Live Rock and Roll. Number 3, their debut album, Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. Number 4, Down to Earth, featuring Graham Bonnet on vocals. Number 5, Straight Between the Eyes. 6, Difficult to Cure. 7, Bent Out of Shape. And coming out last, Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. Again, this is Stranger in Us All. Now, I recommend, obviously, to pick up Rainbow, go with this first. But any of these 3 with Ronnie James Dio are amazing. Obviously, grab that with Graham Bonnet. And, like I said, you go by my rankings, but this is my favorite by Joe Lynn Turner, but these are all amazing. So, not a bad album in my eyes by Rainbow. Even this is listenable. This wouldn't be one I would start with. I feel like this is more for just, diehard fans and, Ritchie Blackmore fans, but if you're just diving into Rainbow for the first time, I wouldn't recommend this at first. But who knows? You might like it at first. I don't know. But if you see it, grab it, definitely. Because this is very rare to find, especially this remastered version. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Again, like I said, please hit subscribe. Please like the video. Help support my channel. And like I said, you get updates to every time I post a video. And I got another one coming this week. Might do a genre ranking. I have the my complete vinyl collection video coming up, which may be split into somewhere between 4 to 8 parts. I'm not really sure yet. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And as I always say, go to Instagram if you want to see more of my collection. I post, my Instagram name is Gary of the Elysiums, at Gary Elysiums on Instagram. Same as the channel. Everyone, thanks for watching. See you next video.